nice and big in the head. Okay, nice and high above them. The female starts to nibble it. She's one that likes to look at it. So the one mouth opens, she seconds before.
A whole fish. Imagine eating a fish whole.
Just like that.
Wah, 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 wah. Food, 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 food.
Mind you don't drop it in. Well, even so, you might not be paying it.
Yeah, but then you get fantastic footage of the inside of a penguin. Never before seen.
Tiny.
You got a little fish. Yeah, you got a fish head. Oh, you got that fish head.
Right then, folks, you can see this is very
Greedy
nice
guts.
that we're feeding the penguins. It does mean it fills them up very, very quickly. This is bigger than we normally give them. They'll never ever choke on this, so don't worry about that at all. If they can't swallow it, they'll spit it back. She'll spit it back out of it.
Oh my god! Oh my gosh!
But it also means to say we're not going to hand feed the humbucks because although they can swallow that, they generally can't bend over till this evening as a result. So, and they have had 2 feeds in the pool today as well. Now, as they're full, they will wander away. They're not eating a great deal at this time of year. Nothing's going on. It's not breeding season. It's not mating season at all. And they're big enough to see the cold weather through anyway. But what we'll do, we'll quickly introduce you to all 27 of our penguins here. Every member of the group has got a name. And we like to name our penguins because we work so closely with them. It's much nicer to refer to them by name rather than just give them a code, as we do with a lot of our birds here. And because they've all got names as keepers, we need to recognise them in the group. So we need to recognise them all in the group. So we need to recognise them all, and with time and effort you can recognise all 27 of the penguins here by sight. They have all got their own personalities, and if we're really stuck, they're all microchipped, so we can always scan them and work out who's who. The only problem with that is catching them when they're in the water, because we look silly in there. So with our Humboldt penguins, we currently have 14 Humboldts in the group. Our oldest one here is Millie at the back, just down here. She is currently the fattest one in the group because she's just about to molt. When they molt, they don't swim. If they don't swim, they can't eat. So they put on weight before they molt. So that's why she's looking chunky, and that's also why she's trying to eat everything she can see in front of her. So she's fattening up. She's our friendliest Humboldt here as well. She hatched out it through Sinners Zoo 15 years ago and was partially hand-reared. So she's the only Humboldt I trust to sit anywhere near the keepers or the penguins feeders' feet because she's very, very well behaved. There's some courtship, so I'll explain that in a few minutes. And Millie has got a new boyfriend this year. They normally pair for life. Her partner last year passed away from old age, unfortunately. So she's had 2 boys fighting over her this year, which she's absolutely loved. Now, that's been Ron and Neville. Ron is our smallest Humboldt here. He's our fattest Humboldt here. He's beaten up Neville several times. And Neville, as a result, has got a few scars around his face. Now, despite the fact he's lost every fight, it is true what they say, chicks do dig scars. Millie decided to go with Neville, despite the fact he was a terrible fighter and didn't win a single scrap. So she's paired up with Neville. We've got Luna just here. Luna's one of our smallest ones in the group, very short, quite broad around the hips though. And her boyfriend Hagrid's never far away. Hagrid's one of our shortest males, but he's got quite a fat head. We then have Molly and Arthur. They both have metal armbands on, back from their time at Dudley Zoo. Molly's got lots and lots of black spots on her tummy. She almost looks like a Dalmatian, whereas her boyfriend Arthur is hardly any black. If you see a Humboldt wearing a pink armband, that will be Carol. Carol is the easiest Humboldt penguin to recognise because she's the only penguin I've worked with or come across in 14 years of penguin keeping that hasn't got brown eyes. She's got brilliant bright blue eyes. Very unusual, never seen it before. Her eyesight's excellent, but she sticks out like a sore thumb. The Humboldt wearing a brown tag, called Mary.
Got a pink
Mary is our smallest Humboldt here. She's also our greediest one here. She was sat by the gate at 7 o'clock this morning when I was getting this afternoon's fish ready. And every time I walk past, she just wants more fish. So those she's very small, we make a point of not overfeeding her, because if she gets fat, she'll get a few health problems. We've got we've got Sybil wearing a purple tag and Rose wearing orange. They both arrived last October from Woburn Safari Park. And we had a young male turn up at the same time called Mr. Carson. He should be wearing a white and blue tag. Someone bit it off in a fight yesterday. So he's not tagged right now. You might guess my wife's favourite TV programme just from some of those names. And then the two youngest Humboldts in our group. We've got Gail wearing a red band and Hamish wearing yellow. Those are two 16-month-old males. They've just come all the way from the Czech Republic as part of the breeding programme. Now, they won't breed properly for another couple of years, but they're unrelated to anyone else in the UK right now, so they're quite important for the bloodstock. And Hamish, as you see him, he's got a little black goatee beard as well. He's got a white stripe, then black, which no one else has got. So that's the Humboldt. Now, with the king penguin, because we hand feed the kings, these guys are much, much easier to identify. It says on the boards over there, they should all have coloured bands on. Where they're displaying at the moment and fighting over partners, they have knocked all their tags off in the last 2 months, and it's not worth me being beaten up to put a tag on when they're going to knock it back off again in 5 minutes. So thankfully the time can recognise them all. So the first king penguin we'll introduce you to is sat on the rock right at the far end, and that is Charlotte. And she's our chick from last year. You can recognise it by the lack of colour on the side of her beak compared to everyone else. The yellow on her head and her throat is quite pale compared to the adult. And she has got a bold patch on her chest, which is a combination of people stroking her, even though there's a sign saying please don't stroke, and the fact that she does pace up and down the wall quite a bit. Now, that will grow out, there's nothing to worry about at all. But where we've hand reared her, she knows where my shed is. So she paced up and down the wall. She used to get breakfast round the back until about 3 months ago.